Brad Eddy, 1890 South Huron Road. I have brought to the chair the C3 zoning that was in existence before the last master plan that involves both my mother-in-law and father-in-law's properties and the Eddy brothers' properties. So all of those are township minutes that were withheld through subpoena and FOIA in the township vault. So I think it's time for the township to resurrect C3 commercial that my family had in those minutes that were all posted previously in, I believe, Bay City Times and the Democrat. So with that said, I heard that the master plan was getting reviewed. I think that is something that should be under review because even Mr. Rokas' property up at here on R&R was C3 previously. How did it turn to industrial? My family never turned to industrial. My father-in-law never turned to industrial. And my father-in-law never turned his to C2. So I have just given my mother-in-law these this evening. So I think you guys will be getting some information from both my wife and her. And then on the master plan, on page 2, you guys have the specifics of Spicer beginning this master plan in 2016. That's false. They started this master plan in July of 2015 with Jim Barsha, Laura Olgar, and signing Spicer the access to their GIS department. So I don't want anybody to misinterpret when Mr. Braggle began this endeavor. I think it states in there that it ended in 2022. Now he changed many properties, and I actually have documents that I FOIA'd with his signature and his handwriting to show all the lands that he zoned. I have not found, nor others, when they FOIA'd minutes of rezoning. These seem to be done at a supervisor / zoning administrator's free will. As we know now, he did much of that. When it comes to the uses of C3 that my family had, it would prove that everything we've done in the past has been perfectly legal. And the township came after us for master plan reasons, I believe, that benefit certain families that are prominent in this township, and I think that's the way that it goes. So whoever the masters are, I just would like to be them to be equal with the citizens. Again, the master plan that you guys have out, I told you guys last time I spoke that the property lines are wrong on many different properties. So I don't know where Spicer is getting their property lines, but mine are totally inaccurate, like I told you guys before, and they've never been adjusted. I have submitted a flash drive to the township board, and in that it stated that the Whelans were starting an RV park, the whistleblower did, next to my property. I hope that's not true, but we still have not found out how the Whelans even changed it from C3 or industrial to residential now. And then I see in your future land use that Don's looking at right now, I mean, it shows that the Whelans are future to be commercial in your land use. So if there's some kind of surprise, I'd like the board to talk about it with us before we get surprised. We don't need any more. And if that's a goal, let us know. We can be up for sale, but it's not our goal. Our goal is to stay there and to see our history getting erased, both my wife's family and mine. I think it's a target, and if you were to look at the zoning map that you guys got, the target went right over my building. And Don, what you just pointed out right there, there's an M13 logo on that, and it's right on my property, so you can't really see most of my property. I think that's real ignorant. If that was done for a plan, Why don't you move it up the road?
I don't understand what you're talking about, M13 logo.
There's an M13 logo right on that
State
plan.
highway with marker
Right on me.
covering up that section.
It's kind of like putting a bullseye on me, and I think I've had a bullseye long enough. I think it's time to move that bullseye around. I know I'd love for you guys to give me the option to move it. So, I don't know how it got there, but I think you guys should look into it all. And I really do believe that if you were to look at, even like I said, Mr. Rokas' property, it was C3, commercial. How did it get to I-1, Pat? I don't know, but it's something that you should be concerned about. You've been selling buildings on your property. I tried, and we had charges against us. So I don't know if it's just a favoritism thing in the community. I do, in this book I gave you, it does show, but I don't know if it was a past relative of yours or not, but they were on the planning commission back then when all of these properties, the dockets and the eddies were changed. So I don't know if there was a Rokas that's related to you that was on the planning commission, but some things, when I see a picture of your property right next to industrial, why ain't I on the list? I mean, who picked that picture?